What is going on YouTube? It's Sankey and we're back with another one. Alright guys, so I've got a jam-packed one for you in this video, and as we head into the last trading day of the week, I want to ensure that we will finish off the week on a high. Now before I get to it, I'm going to need you guys to hit that like button for me, and if you're new, hit that subscribe button to join the journey. Now we've been blessed by the stock market today, green all round. This is because bond yields, they're showing some stability around that 1.5%, and they've been doing so all week, so this is good news. Also, we know the stimulus package is moving along nicely, and there was positive news from the unemployment reports as well today. So that's why we've had that green day in the markets. And it was only a few days ago, some of you were reaching out to me talking about stock market crashes, you were panicked, you were fearful. If you guys remember, I said there's one thing you must make sure you do throughout this period, that is pick up those cheap plays out there in the market. And for those of you who've been sticking to the strategy, you'd already be reaping some of the benefits. Some of these plays up 10, 15, 20% or more in just a matter of days. If you look at the portfolio, you can see we've come up for a breather today. You guys know over the last few days we're in deep waters, but that didn't phase us over here because we're always focused and we know the quality we've got in the portfolio. Now we've still got a lot of room to grow in the portfolio. That means there's still a lot of opportunities out there. So we need you guys to stay focused, stay in the game with me and ride this one back up to the top. Now in this video I've got a couple of plays I want to put on your radar, but before I get to it, I'm going to touch on one of our portfolio plays. Up on screen, that's Skillz, ticker symbol SKLZ. This is one of the gaming plays in the portfolio, one of our channel favorites. Now midweek, a short seller came out and did a report on Skillz, attacking them on various things, including their partnership with the NFL. And we've seen various short sellers come out over the last couple of months, attack the plays in the portfolio. But you guys know I've been teaching you the art of ignoring the noise in the market. And these short seller reports, this is just another noise you're going to encounter in the stock market. Now when you're able to ignore this, stay composed and actually act on it, by investing into these quality plays, you're going to make good returns when they bounce back. And here you have it on the day, strong performance from Skillz. Now it's a big day for Skillz because they came out with their earnings. So I want to run that by you guys, give you guys my 2 cents and where they're going next. Now guys, when you're looking into these earnings reports, there's 3 things at minimum you should be looking at. The first is their revenue growth. The second is their earnings per share. The third is their guidance figures for the next reporting season. So let me run that by you real quick. Revenues have come in at 67 million, beating estimates. This is around 100% year-on-year growth. So Skillz is flying from a top-line growth level, just as expected. Earnings per share, they've missed guidance by 4 cents. We can ignore this, we can brush by this, because this is only a narrow miss. They're doing what they need to do right now to be as profitable as they can be in this stage in their business life. Guidance has come in 366 million. This is almost a 60% year-on-year growth. So this is a good growth rate. Now we can't expect Skillz to grow 100% year-on-year because they're in a different phase of life to a play like Vuzi. We expect Vuzi to grow 100% year-on-year. So this is still solid growth rate at 60%, and this is double what we target around here of 30%. So once again, this is a big kick in the teeth to these short sellers. Now what you guys need to know is Skillz is that type of play that can continue growing as they roll out their games, enter into new categories and explore different international geographies and make new partnerships. You guys remember that partnership with the NFL? That pushed their stock price into the $40, and I expect much of the same as we go through the year. Now I know a lot of you already have your position fully built out in this one because I've been telling you guys to do so over the last couple of weeks. But if you don't already have your position in this one, what you want to do is you want to try and grab them in the 27s or the 28s. Alright guys, it's time for our main event. Now if you guys remember at the beginning of the week I said I'm keeping a close eye on the price of Bitcoin because they're showing good upwards momentum. Price of Bitcoin beginning of the week that was $51,000. So check me out. Right now Bitcoin's sitting at $57,000. So that's strong upwards momentum in the week as you can see. Now I remind you guys, all-time high in Bitcoin was $58,000. So right now we're in touching distance of the all-time high. And if we manage to break through that, it's almost an upwards to $60,000. So guys, this is exciting right now because the price of Bitcoin directly impacts some of the plays in the portfolio. So you guys know that means there's big money opportunities to be made in the short term or the long term, however you want to play it. So I've got a couple of plays I want to put on your radar to ensure that we eat well off this one. Up on screen, that's Marathon Digital Holdings, ticker symbol MARA. This is one of our Bitcoin mining plays in the portfolio. Guys, the same way Tesla is the Mac Daddy of the EV world, here we got the Mac Daddy of the Bitcoin mining world. Now, when Bitcoin was at its all-time high at $58,000 just a couple of weeks ago, Marathon reached the all-time high of just under $50. Now, you can see that from their 52-week high. Right now, though, Marathon is just above $40. But we know Bitcoin is in touching distance of its all-time high. This still means there's a lot of room for this play to run up if Bitcoin continues to show momentum. So that's why I want to put this one on your radar. Now, Marathon, we know they're deploying 100,000 miners. This is going to put them in a league of their own versus all the other mining plays. Also, we know Marathon have invested 150 million into Bitcoin. So as the price of Bitcoin increases, that value they're holding increases as well. You guys know I say keep at least 2 to 5% of your portfolio in crypto for this very reason. You guys know I've been saying that for weeks and weeks and weeks now. So hopefully you guys have your position in some of these quality crypto plays. Up on screen, that's Riot blockchain, ticker symbol RIOT, another Bitcoin mining play in the portfolio. Let's do the same thing, guys. 52-week high, come in at $79 when Bitcoin was at its all-time high. But right now, Riot blockchain is standing at $63. So there's a lot of room for upside for this play to climb if Bitcoin continues this momentum to its all-time high and can break into that $60,000 mark. Now, what you guys must know about Riot is they don't receive half the amount of press, the glory, the glamour, the fame as Marathon Patent Group does. But this is still a solid play to add to the portfolio and allow you guys to diversify your crypto plays. Now, there's several plays out there that do Bitcoin mining, like an SOS, like a CNET, like a DPW. But what you guys must know is a Marathon, a Riot, they're in a class of their own because they are known as what we call pure play Bitcoin miners. The other plays, they're diversified in what they do. So they've got other business divisions to focus on. So no way are they going to be able to match these pure plays, because the pure plays, they are going to be able to trump the diversified plays in scalability, in output capacity, and also in efficiency as well to mine these Bitcoins. So when you guys are looking to jump into these crypto plays, ensure that you're not forgetting about these pure play Bitcoin miners. Up on screen, we've got CANON, ticker symbol CAN. Now this plays a bit different. What they do is they manufacture the Bitcoin miners. So they're in a league of their own because there's not many players out there that are listed that manufacture these miners on the scale that CANON do it. They got orders for well over 100,000, and that is reflected in their share price growth. So I thought I'd just share this with you guys. So my return on this one is well over 600%. But when I went to execute the trade months back, I only bought 10 shares when I actually meant to buy 100. I bought 100 of Marathon, I meant to buy 100 of CANON as well. So over time, this one's actually cost me a lot of money. But as principle, I've just left it as it is. Out of interest, this is the second most successful play that I've shared with you guys. The first is a company, the ticker is ISWH. Now, only my OG family members will know that one way back when I had 200 subscribers or less. You guys can try and check out that video. That play since then has gone up over 1,000%. Alright guys, Barocca with the channel, you know what time it is. Now this question comes from Jason, says, I've been rolling with you for a few weeks. I have a question, is Mara too high to buy in, or is it stable for a long-term play? I'm new to the market. Now this is a great question, so thank you for sending it in. It's great to hear you're a new investor in the market. Now is a good time to be a new investor. A lot of the plays have come down on the cheap. You can scoop them up, add them to the portfolio. You can make great returns with them. Now you asked a lot of questions, so I want to cover off all bases with you. I want to cover off firstly just stability of Marathon Patent Group. Now I'm trying to get you guys to use valuations and metrics more when you're jumping into these plays and assessing these plays. So one I've been talking about this week is the beta. So if we just check, Marathon's got a beta of 2.9%. Now I actually think it's much higher than this, but still, a beta of close to 3 is still high. It means the price is volatile. So the beta is how volatile that stock is. So we know that Marathon Patent Group is a volatile stock because it's linked to crypto, it's linked to Bitcoin. Now when it comes to these volatile plays, you guys need to ensure you approach them with the right strategy. So all these crypto plays, you guys need to ensure you set your stop limits on them. So if that stock comes down 10, 15%, it cashes out your position there and then. You don't want to endure any more downwards pressure with these crypto plays. Now in terms of how to play Marathon and these crypto plays, you guys know because it's linked to the price of Bitcoin, there's a certain strategy that we need to do. When it comes to Marathon and the other cryptos, I only invest into them under 2 scenarios. The first is if they've come down significantly to a good support. If you didn't know, Marathon support is around $30. That's a good entry point when that stock price drops down. The second condition that I jump into Marathon is when Bitcoin is showing bullish momentum and it's going to pass through a significant barrier. So right now we know Bitcoin's climbing up to their all-time high. That's a significant move for the price of Bitcoin. That means it's going to translate to a significant price move to plays like Marathon, plays like Riot. Now you asked a really good question, is Marathon a short-term play or a long-term play? The beauty about Marathon Patent Group and the other crypto plays is they're both. They can be good short-term or long-term plays. With a marathon, on the way up, you can take profits. So as Bitcoin's climbing, marathon's climbing, you could take profits, jump in and jump out. Now, marathon is also a good long-term play if you believe in crypto long-term and you rock with it like I do. The difference in strategy here is, if you're a long-term investor into a marathon pacer group, you want to be more strategic and selective with your entries into marathon. So ideally, you only want to be catching marathon on a pullback. So like we saw over the last couple of weeks, marathon pulled back to the $30 mark. That's the time for you long-term investors to pull the trigger on marathon. Alright guys, that wraps things up. Do hit the like button for me. It helps the channel out. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the journey. Also check out link down below to the Patreon where you can get access to our Discord and join our team of investors over there. Alright, so as we head into the last trading day of the week, we're going to finish off this week on a high and we're going to continue this momentum into next week. That being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.